everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a special video because it is on a very new concept, and we have a very special guest, Amy, with us, who is the founder and CEO of Requity Homes. Now you all will be wondering what is Requity Homes and why we are doing this video. This video covers a very special topic that will assist you in being a homeowner from being a tenant. So let's start with Amy. Amy, let's begin with a brief introduction of yours and a brief background about Requity Homes.
Yes, and Lovleen, thanks for having me here. My name is Amy Day. I'm the founder and CEO of Requity Homes, and we're creating a new path to homeownership for aspiring home buyers who cannot qualify for a mortgage. Basically, we'll help them buy the home of their choice upfront so they can move in as a tenant with the option to buy back the same home down the line from us at a guaranteed price. And very excited to be here and helping more families get into homeownership.
That is wonderful, Amy. That is really very exciting. And is this a new concept, or has it been in the industry or the market for a very long time? Because this is certainly new for us. So is it a newer concept? And what kind of response are you getting? Are people interested, or are they unsure? Because it's certainly new to us.
Yeah. So it's a new concept, but it has existed for quite some time. It just hasn't been one of the mainstream ways of getting into ownership. Like, it has existed for decades. There are like mom and pop investors and local operating companies out there, both in Canada and the US, offering the rent to own. In my view, I think rent to own as a concept is great as long as we structure it in a fair and flexible way. So what I mean by that is, obviously right now there's a very huge population or customer segment that is currently underserved. And what I mean by that is, there are families out there, they just can't buy the home, and for different reasons, because their credit score is fair, they don't have the 20% down, or they're newcomers, right? They just haven't had a chance to build their Canadian credit history, or they're self-employed, they don't have the 2 years operating history, they just can't qualify for a mortgage. And historically, if you can't qualify for a mortgage, the only way is for you to rent, hoping you can save enough and then buy a home. Except that the home price keeps going up, so you feel like you're falling further behind. I'm sure you can relate to it.
That is crazy right now. Let's just not talk about Ontario's housing market. It's crazy right now.
Exactly. So through our program, we will be able to lock in that future buyback price based on relatively conservative annual appreciation rates. And what that means to our clients is, obviously they can potentially buy back the home at below future market value down the line. And the good thing with that is option, not obligation. They can actually walk away as well and get their down payment savings refunded minus the transaction fee.
So basically, in a nutshell, you are going to purchase the home that someone wants to buy. For example, we want to buy a home, you will purchase it for us, and then we move in as tenants. We'll be paying you a rent per month, and then down the line, I guess it is a fixed term of 2 years or 3 years, whichever the person wants to choose, and then they buy it back from you at a fixed price. So that price is fixed irrespective of what the market would be 2 years or 3 years down the line. Is that right?
You got it. I feel like you can be our spokeswoman now. Just use our program to potential clients. You're absolutely right. That's how our program works.
And what is the minimum amount that they need to provide, like a down payment that needs to be provided to Requity Homes? What is that percentage?
Yeah, so our deposit starts as low as 2% of the home price. And for those of you who don't know how the home purchasing, journey work in Canada, for homes under half $500,000, you need to have minimum 5% down payment plus closing costs in order to buy a home through traditional mortgages. And obviously, as home price keeps going up, that 5% can be hefty. So the good beauty with us is you can start with as low as 2%.
That is wonderful. Amy, what is the exact eligibility criteria? Like, is it only for citizens and permanent residents, or is it open to people who have a work visa or, say, visitor visa or study visa?
So great question. We're open to all of the above. And so from our perspective, here's some kind of a hard criteria we're looking at. Number one, we do require the applicants to be at least one of the family member to be fully employed. We have a minimum household income requirement, $50,000. And obviously we need to make sure they have enough cash flow to afford the rental and payments. Otherwise, it's not responsible for us to put them through the program. In addition to the household income, we also require, as I said before, 2% of the down payments. And then lastly, just the credit. When I say credit, is that we don't care about credit score. If you are a newcomer, your credit score is probably 0 because there's no credit history. That's totally fine with us. We care about what's on your credit report. If you don't have credit, that's good. It's good because what I mean by that is it doesn't mean you have bad credit, right? Like we care about clients. Okay, how much debt do you have? Have you been paying your debts? Late payments, things like that. And specifically related to newcomers, like as you mentioned, people on the work permit, study permits. Ontario just launched a new rule where foreign buyers will have to pay 20% foreign buyer tax. And that was increased from 15 to 20%. Not only that, historically, that foreign buyer tax was only applicable to greater Golden Horseshoes area, which is like surrounding GTA. And now that got expanded to across Ontario. So if any of those newcomers, you came here when you don't have when you don't have your PR, you don't have your Canadian citizenship. If you want to buy a home in Ontario, guess what? In addition to whatever down payment you had to pay, you also be required to pay 20% foreign buyer tax, which is not durable for a lot of families out there. So if you think about it, we can come in, we'll buy the home, you rent it. And as you working towards your PR or Canadian citizenship, once you get that, then you can exercise your option, buy back the home so that you don't have to pay that hefty foreign buyer tax.
So that would get eliminated, right?
Correct.
Okay, that is wonderful. So I had no idea that, even people with work permits and study permits can do that. That is actually a wonderful option because everyone usually, first-time home buyers or as students or as visitors or people on work permit, they think that, it's going to take them lots of years to, buy their first home, be it for themselves or be it investment property down the line. It's going to take them years to do so. But one thing, yes, I would just like to clarify, it is for a residential property in which you'll have to stay yourself as tenants. It is not that, you will buy it for somebody else and you will move somewhere else. You'll have to live there. And Amy, out of the rent portion, in addition to the rent, there is a portion that has to be, deposited towards the down payment as well per month?
Yes, that's correct. So just to add on to that, one, we can only help people who are looking to move into the home as a principal residence, i.e., if there are investors reaching out to us, hey, your program is amazing. You know what? Could you buy a bunch of homes for us? I'm going to rent it out to other tenants. We always say no. Our mission is to help renters become homeowners, not to help investors buy more homes. So that's against in terms of what we're looking to do here. And your second question regarding the deposit. So in addition to 2% kind of a deposit we ask for, every month, the rental clients does pay us market rent plus a little bit premium that goes towards the down payment. So the idea here is we build a forced saving mechanism where as you started renting in the home, that as the time goes by, you actually started having a more and more down payment saved up that you can leverage, which will be credited towards the final buyback price. And that's just how the rent zone program works. Not only we buy the home, we help you get ready for mortgage through, forced saving by saving more towards down payment consistently 1 month at a time. We can report the rental data to your credit bureau so that it actually helps improve your credit score. Because if you think about it, rent payment is probably one of the largest expenses you incur on a consistently basis, and it's most of the time not reflecting your credit at all. And lastly, we can work with you, give you personalized credit coaching, tips, advice, personal finance education resources, so that when the time comes to it, you will be able to qualify for a mortgage and then buy back the home from us at that time, title transferred, and and our rental clients will become private homeowners.
That is really wonderful. So, Amy, if you talk about employment, you said a person should have an employment. So, if you talk about employment, does it really matter if someone is on a casual or say contract job, or does it have to be a permanent full-time job? And how does it exactly work for small business owners? Like, what documents can they provide? Because that is technically not an employment, that is a business.
Yeah. Great question. So in terms of, type of employment, we're very flexible and open. In terms of, obviously if it's full-time salary, then we're trying to look at the employment letter. And if it's, let's say seasonal, we just have to look at 2 years history just to gauge, how consistent, how steady it is. Similarly with contractor, we're okay with it as long as you pass your probation period of time. So that's what we do when it comes to the type of employment. And so we did help those self-employed individuals. Sometimes, what we ask is, hey, you know what? I understand you just started it. You probably don't even have a tax returns done yet. And, in that case, we're just asking, hey, how's your business doing? Help me understand what kind of cash flow do you have? And we're trying to verify that information by looking at their bank statements. As long as we're comfortable, they have cash flow coming, then we have no problem underwriting based on those cash flow. So we're very robust or flexible when it comes to the type of supporting documents we ask for. As long as, at the end of the day, we can verify the information you provided, then we'll be okay with it. And usually the best way to do is to, review the bank statements and you see all the, all the revenue coming through. And that's how we get comfortable over self-employed business income.
So basically, you would need at least around 6 months of bank statements and a credit check, as well as an employment letter if required, or employment proof of employment. Okay, so that's great clarity on the documents required. Now, I do know that you cover large parts of Ontario. So which cities are you covering in Ontario right now, and what are your expansion plans in the future for rest of Canada?
Yeah, so right now we're live in Northern Ontario, which includes 4 cities, North Bay, Sudbury, Sault Ste Marie, and Thunder Bay. And that being said, we are we're looking to expand to other parts of Ontario and also Saskatchewan, like Regina, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton as well.
That is wonderful. So, and I'm sure, with more and more queries coming in, you will expand to all the other provinces very soon. If you want to give out a message, give out any suggestions or advice to first-time home buyers or new home buyers, anything that you would like to share.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we really want to make ownership more accessible for Canadians in general, given how, mortgage underwriting has become in terms of become very stricter. And at the same time, home price keeps going up. There's opportunity cost of waiting. So we really want to change that by offering this new path to ownership. And if anyone's interested, obviously, reach out to Lovleen, reach out to us. You can find us on our website, requityhomes.com. And and if you once you reach out to us, making sure you mentioned that you heard about us from Lovely and Harsheen, and then in that case you will get $200 Visa gifts and as your housewarming gift.
Yes, that is wonderful. All the links to Requity's website and contact details will be mentioned in the description box below. You can reach out to Amy and give a reference. And we're really excited to partner with Requity Homes for this initiative, because we have seen that lots of new home buyers are struggling right now with the market going crazy, or either they are having contract jobs or not enough credit score. So these should not be hindrances. If you get a chance to rent to own, because you are anyway renting right now. If we talk about most of the people or newcomers, you rent right now, but in the future you want to be the owner. So why just rent if you can just add on a little amount of money and make it a rent to own home? That would be wonderful. So thank you very much, Amy, for being with us today. It was really wonderful to interact with you, and hopefully you'll get queries through us, and hope to chat with you soon again.
Sounds good. And thank you so much for having me here, Lovely. It was a great pleasure chatting with you as well.
You are welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Aspire to become a homeowner but can't qualify for a mortgage? Tired of paying rent, someone else's mortgage? Meet Requity Homes. We offer a new path to home ownership for aspiring home buyers who aren't mortgage ready today. Through our rent-to-own program, we will purchase the home of your choice up front. You can move in today, start saving, and get ready for a mortgage. When you are ready, you can buy back the home from us at the predetermined price. Here's how it works. Step 1. Get pre-qualified with us to see if you are eligible, and if yes, what is your recommended home shopping budget? Step 2. Home shop. Work with our partner realtors to help you find your dream home within your buying power. Number 3, rent. Rent your home on fixed monthly payment, a portion of which is extra savings you put aside that will help you build up your down payment. Number 4, exit. You can exercise the option to buy back the home at the preset price or walk away. Explore your alternative path to home ownership. Get pre-qualified today with Requity Homes.